Welcome Vedanta IAS Academy. Geography important question with answer for UPSC mains examination. Question number 1. Explain the origin of the Himalayan mountain system. Let's see the answer. The Himalayan mountain system, often referred to as the abode of snow, is one of the most majestic and imposing geological features on Earth. Its origin is rooted in the tectonic forces that have shaped the Indian subcontinent over millions of years. Approximately 50 million years ago, the Indian subcontinent was a separate landmass drifting northward at a rate of several centimeters per year. As it moved, it was on a collision course with the Eurasian plate, which included present-day Tibet. This collision is a fundamental factor in the formation of the Himalayas. When the Indian plate collided with the Eurasian plate around 40 to 50 million years ago, the immense force caused the Indian plate to buckle and crumple. The northward movement of the Indian plate pushed against the Eurasian plate, resulting in the uplift of vast layers of sedimentary rock. This uplift gave rise to the towering peaks of the Himalayas. The collision also led to intense geological activity, including the formation of faults, folds, and thrusts, which further shaped the landscape of the Himalayan region. The Indian plate continues to push northward beneath the Eurasian plate, albeit at a slower rate today. This ongoing tectonic activity contributes to the seismicity of the region, making the Himalayas prone to earthquakes and other geological phenomena. Question number 2. Explain the differences between continental drift and plate tectonics. Let's see the answer. Continental drift and plate tectonics are two interconnected theories that explain the movement of Earth's lithospheric plates. While they share commonalities, they also have distinct differences. Continental drift, proposed by Alfred Wegener in the early 20th century, suggested that continents were once joined together in a supercontinent called Pangaea and have since drifted apart over millions of years. Wegener based his hypothesis on evidence such as matching coastlines, rock formations, and fossil distributions across continents. However, Wegener's theory lacked a mechanism to explain how continents could move through solid oceanic crust, which led to skepticism from the scientific community. Plate tectonics, on the other hand, emerged as a more comprehensive theory in the 1960s and 1970s. It not only embraced the concept of continental drift but also provided a mechanism for it. Plate tectonics asserts that Earth's lithosphere is divided into several large and small plates that float on the semi-fluid asthenosphere beneath them. These plates are in constant motion due to the convective currents in the mantle beneath them. The movement of these plates explains various geological phenomena such as earthquakes, volcanic activity, and mountain formation. The key differences between continental drift and plate tectonics lie in their scope and explanatory power. Continental drift primarily focuses on the movement of continents and their historical positions, while plate tectonics encompasses the broader understanding of the Earth's lithosphere, including both continental and oceanic plates and their interactions. Plate tectonics provides a more comprehensive framework that not only explains the movement of continents but also accounts for the formation of oceanic features like mid-ocean ridges, subduction zones, and the recycling of Earth's crustal material. Question number 3. What are the characteristics of tropical cyclones? Let's see the answer. Tropical cyclones, also known as hurricanes or typhoons depending on the region, are powerful and destructive storms that originate over warm tropical oceans. They are characterized by several key features. Low pressure center, tropical cyclones have a well-defined center of low pressure known as the eye. The eye is typically calm and clear, with light winds and relatively low precipitation. High winds. Tropical cyclones are known for their strong winds, which can exceed 74 miles per hour, 119 kilometers per hour, and often reach speeds of over 100 miles per hour, 161 kilometers per hour, in severe storms. These high winds can cause extensive damage to structures, vegetation, and infrastructure. Heavy rainfall. Tropical cyclones produce heavy rainfall, leading to flooding and mudslides in affected areas. The intense rainfall can result in significant property damage, loss of life, and disruption of essential services. Storm surge. One of the most dangerous aspects of tropical cyclones is the storm surge, a rapid rise in sea level caused by the combination of low atmospheric pressure and strong onshore winds. Storm surges can inundate coastal areas, causing widespread flooding and posing a significant threat to life and property. Spiral bands. Tropical cyclones often feature spiral bands of thunderstorms extending outward from the center of the storm. These bands can produce intense rain, lightning, and strong winds as they rotate around the cyclone's center. Warm core. Tropical cyclones are characterized by a warm core, meaning that the lowest atmospheric pressure is located near the center of the storm and the warmest temperatures are found in the eye and eyewall regions. Formation over warm ocean waters. Tropical cyclones require warm ocean waters with surface temperatures typically above 26.5 degrees Celsius, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, to form and strengthen. These warm waters provide the energy needed to fuel the storm's development and intensification. Seasonal variability. Tropical cyclones have seasonal variability, with most activity occurring during specific times of the year. For example, in the Atlantic Basin, the official hurricane season runs from 1st June to 30th November, while in the Western Pacific, typhoon season typically peaks from May to October. Understanding these characteristics is crucial for forecasting, monitoring, and mitigating the impacts of tropical cyclones on vulnerable coastal regions.
Subscribe for more content.